So we just got through talking about the biggest challenge for most home buyers is saving for that down payment. So Bill, what are some practical tips you have for home buyers to come up with that?
Well, I think one of the first things is a lot of my borrowers do a side hustle.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they look around at the talents that they have and the time that they have, and if they're able to, they do a side hustle to make extra money, and they designate. The important part about this is designating the income or the things with these other assets for like a house account.
Right.
And so then you'd look at things like, well, what about leases, or do you have any deposits out there on things that are things that you'll get back once you own a home? Then there's also, of course, your tax returns, refunds that are associated with it, and if you have any bonus income, it's to designate that bonus income and refunds and such towards your house account. And the last is a 401k. If you have a 401k, let's say you have $100,000 in it, you may very well be able to access up to 50% of your 401k balance towards the purchase of your home. And this is a big step. So using your 401k for the purposes of getting into the real estate game is a smart move. You're not redistributing that investment portfolio. Yes, you need to include that payment in your monthly budget, but it gets you in the house.
So if you're a buyer and maybe you haven't been saving up into your 401k, perhaps you're in a job that you don't get a sizable tax return or bonuses, what are some just practical tips that buyers can do to kind of just save?
Well, I would say one is, it's kind of funny, is a customer came to me, they were like, what is our house payment going to be, at $300,000, and at that time it was going to be $2,800, and they were paying, $1,800 in rent. So what they did is they started, while they were searching for a home, they started making the $2,800 a month payment, of which $1,800 went to rent and $1,000 went to savings. And what's super about this is that you're adding to that house account, and the other part of it is you're getting comfortable with what your future house payment will be. So that also gives a special input with regards to at what price point you're going to buy, because they're all connected. And then another one is have you ever heard of the refrigerator diet?
Oh, what is the refrigerator?
The refrigerator diet is, it costs a lot of money to go out for dinner. I mean, dinner is $150 for two easily in many places. And so the refrigerator diet is basically, you're going to be moving anyway, so you might as well start emptying the refrigerator and the freezer and the pantry. And, you live off of what is in your pantry and refrigerator. So the refrigerator diet always works too.
Right. And I mean, you're making some sacrifices on your dining and entertainment budget, but you're putting that towards home ownership. And that's the key. It's, getting in the game of home ownership. You're able to start building wealth for yourself. You've got tax benefits of home ownership. And then there's also just the wealth and the equity that you are creating. I have a buyer that purchased a house 2 years ago. They purchased a $300,000 home. And in the Dallas market, we've seen so much appreciation. That home is worth $450,000 today. So they have $150,000 of equity that they have created, just the home has created for them. And then obviously
they would not have had that if they were renting.
Not at all. And then obviously, instead of paying rent, they're paying mortgage that's going towards that equity as well. So they'll have over $150,000 to put down as a down payment on their next home when they're ready to trade up.
That's right. That's right. It's very smart. Plus the tax advantages and stuff. You don't buy a house just because of the tax advantages, but definitely when you add all of this together, buying a home is one of the best ways to create wealth.
Yes. Home ownership is a very strong vehicle for creating wealth. And if you're ready to get into the home ownership game, reach out to Bill or I. We would love to walk you through the process. And if you are enjoying this content and want to know more, please like and follow and subscribe. And if you have any questions, you can drop it in the chat or the comments below, and we would love to address that in another episode.